You gonna shoot me?
Hey there! So nothing's changed within the Jujutsu Kaisen fandom. Everyone is basically still insane.
You know who else is the honored imaginary technique?
Welcome back everybody to another installment of me destroying my brain with internet brain rot.
Why do you suppose I just gooned in your cave, Neiman? I don't know.
Or to put it simply, scrolling through the wonderful world of Lobotomy Kaisen. Before we start, I figured at the beginning of this video I would give you a short little lesson on what a lobotomy is. So how about Mr. Teacher Mason comes in and teaches you what this is? So, a lobotomy is where some insane doctor from the early 20s to 40s would agree to stick a metal rod into your eye socket and poke at the front spot of your brain enough times until you're basically as brain dead as a snail, rewiring your brain to make you repeat maybe 1 or 2 sentences until you and your brain fully die. Be glad we live in 2024, everybody, because that shit would be as common as Advil. Okay, got that out of the way. Jujutsu Kaisen time.
I win.
By the way, if you didn't know already, spoilers for the manga. With the ending of season 2 teasing Yuta, Gege being Gege decided to put the manga on a 3-week break as well on the most diabolical cliffhanger. When Higuruma tossed his weapon to Yuji and Gege left us hung up on that moment in particular, I just knew from the start that he was plotting something devious. It's Sukuna we're talking about, the disputed king of plot armor. Of course, the 3 weeks pass and it's not surprising that the attack doesn't land. Yuji basically just gets thrown to the side and Sukuna just looks at him like this. Look at him. He wants to be angry, but he's low-key impressed. I mean, Yuji did learn RCT in a month. Either way, Sukuna is still gonna find a way to be his #1 hater.
Think you the shit, bitch? You not even the fuck.
Gege really is smart. He knows how to calculate these chapter releases so that his readers could go insane. He made us think that the main character was going to get the good hit on Sukuna right at the start of the new year. He didn't. But now we got Yuta and Rika versus Sukuna, and after that, another break week. One of the most anticipated fights besides Gojo versus Sukuna, and we got blue-balled by the break week. At least he gets more time to draw his art. But overall, thank you Gege for doing this, because these chapters just give people more of an excuse to cope with another character possibly dying next chapter. So they make an endless supply of memes until the story reaches its inevitable conclusion. Speaking of these JJK memes, I forgot to talk about some very important ones that help explain the situation more. So the Gojo versus Sukuna fight was going on. A lot of people were contemplating on whether Gojo was going to win or not, since a long time ago, a previous 6 Eyes user and 10 Shadows user ended their fight in a stalemate. Little hints like that made it seem likely that Gojo was going to die. Even Gojo was thinking back to when he lost to Toji, thinking this time he was really going to die, so he steps up his game last minute. That didn't stop the fandom from going after our favorite fraudulent one, because even with Gojo's doubts, there were still multiple panels of Sukuna getting his ass beat, getting scared shitless, and having to bring out the Shinigami like big marching tyrant bodyguards. That was enough to convince everyone that Sukuna was basically a little bitch in a fight. So, the people took it upon themselves to take these panels and make these beauties.
Now that's funny.
This was such a fun time, because I started reading the manga right when this was happening, so I was able to be front and center when all these were being posted. This one, I still can't get over this one to this day. Yeah, Sukuna just wanted to bleed out of his eyes for the hell of it. It was all for fun. Gojo may have lost in the end, but to this day, people still debate whether if Sukuna didn't have the 10 Shadows, Gojo would have won, because yeah, Mahoraga was vital for Sukuna on how to adapt to Gojo's infinity, but even then, Gojo himself said that even without the 10 Shadows, Sukuna still might have won. I like to think Gege doesn't even know the right answer, so he just keeps it in this ominous gray zone. Thank you Gege for writing these moments into the story to throw your readers into an endless spiral. What better way to mess with your audience than to make them think that they're schizophrenic?
Gojo will live, Gojo will live, Gojo will.
So many of these JJK memes are great, but this one is already a classic in manga history. Man, before chapter 236 dropped, we were all having fun just ragging on Sukuna for weeks, making clown edits and bashing him for having to call on Mahoraga and Noob for support. There was a fun time, but everything changed when Gege decided to give Sukuna a power boost and slice our favorite blue-eyed beauty in 2. Then all the fraud Kuna jokes just vanished into the wind right after that. Well, not right after, people still bash Sukuna, but hey, what you gonna do? It's the internet.
Stand proud, Sukuna.
It's unfortunate Gojo lost, but we had fun roasting the hell out of Sukuna, didn't we? I really am curious how he's going to handle the merger. Okay, what's next? Okay, so season 2 ended, and I thought it was amazing. But watching this just got me more excited for the Culling Games, because we know that's when shit is going to turn atomic when it comes to the fights. Shibuya was basically the warm-up. One thing I can't wait for is Hikari. This man in the manga is already insanely animated, and his fight between Kashimo will be one of the top fights in the series. Next to Kenjaku versus Yuki and Chozo, and Gojo versus Sukuna, and now Yuta and Rika versus Sukuna. There's so many good fights in this series, holy shit. I don't know why I'm bringing up the fights, I mainly just wanted to mention Hikari's character because it's involved in this JJK meme sphere. His funny little dance is basically what Toto's delusional expansion was in season 2, except it's actually a domain expansion and not someone's imagination. I think the Toto scene was practiced for this moment in particular, and it's gonna be a lot of fun wondering which song is actually gonna be played here when it's animated. I know the song says Pure Love Train, but that song doesn't exist, so they're gonna have to think of what the song is gonna sound like for 4 minutes and 11 seconds. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot to mention his important character trait. He's a gambling addict.
If you are unsure on who is going to win, always bet on Hikari.
Unless it's academics, because Jesus fucking Christ, look at those scores. Okay, so those were the 2 Jujutsu Kaisen memes that I forgot to mention in my last video, but now let's play catch up and talk about what else the fandom has been posting. No, you go away, Gojo figure. You stay out of this. You could look that up yourself, but I really wouldn't recommend it. Anyways, some type of meta shit was happening as well with the Jujutsu Kaisen PR team on Twitter. I think the people at the publication were making their own Lobotomy Kaisen memes, but it's hard to tell because they look roughly translated, but it looks like it. I think we're approaching the limit now if this is what the fandom is getting to. Looking at them, they obviously aren't the top quality insane ones that you would find on TikTok or Reddit. It's still funny to know that the publication team, and possibly to an extent Gege, know about this Lobotomy Kaisen trend. It's really cool to know that a lot of these new age manga artists are just as online as the rest of us. Fujimoto actually recently tweeted about watching Amazing Digital Circus, so they know about current trends and stuff. But I also wonder if they have seen the bad stuff too. Actually, never mind. They most definitely have seen the bad side of the fan bases, considering the stories they write. Also, I found this from a few months back. Muslim Toto, everyone. Wallahi, we are built different. Fuck. So back when Hidden Inventory was coming out, the shipping for Gojo and Geto was sent skyrocketing. I mean, come on, from the way these two interact, they are basically married. And Jujutsu Kaisen 0 was showing how sour the divorce went. Don't break up outside of a KFC, it'll always be horrible. So anyway, since then, people have been going off with fan arts and fan fictions on Gojo and Geto, but my favorite to pop up was this right here. Sorry, can't risk playing the full song. I don't want to get copyrighted. It's Ricky Montgomery's Mr. Loverman, by the way, if you want to know what the song is.
No, I haven't seen those. Don't know what that is.
Fuck you!
But yeah, I've been seeing an endless supply of Seguru and Satoru videos, and it makes sense. Gojo and Geto are like a die-hard fan's dream ship. They can fully be interpreted as really close friends, or they actually can be interpreted as a couple. It could really go either way because of the open interpretation that Gege left for us. Thanks to that, we get memes like this.
I'm not Guido.
Who the hell is Gojo?
These two really had one of the worst breakups ever and made it everyone else's problem. It's honestly hilarious. So you guys remember at the end of season 2, episode 17, when Yuji starts breaking down and during his moment of weakness, Special starts playing? Great moment, 10 out of 10. Some people think it didn't fit, some people believe it should have been silent, but then there's people who do like it and understand the significance of the song. That doesn't matter in this moment though, because this point in the episode now spawned these kinds of videos. This is a fun one. You could put this song over any character reacting to a tragic event and make it fit. Here, I'll do another one. Okay, let's move on. I got some smaller edits I'd like to show you before the end of the video, but they aren't memes with deep lore or anything. They basically just come as they are. NASA posted a space picture of Japan and everyone in the Facebook comments having a ball. Jogo getting a low taper fade.
Imagine if Ninja got a low taper fade.
Skipper versus Joe Biden and Skipper dies like Gojo. What the fuck? Usher dressing up like Gojo and proceeds to spoil Gojo's death unintentionally. Armin being glitched into the timeline of a Jujutsu Kaisen episode. And this particular Reddit post. Okay, I'm done here. You know, I only know one other fandom that has gone this insane, but it was for a different reason. The r/Batman Arkham subreddit. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me give you a brief summary. The Arkham Batman series was an insanely influential video game franchise that changed not only superhero games, but third-person games overall. At this point, the series has ended besides the new Suicide Squad game coming out, but because it's been a long time since a well-put-together Batman game, the subreddit has devolved into this infinite meme output of unhinged insanity. It specifically started with this one one post where someone asked a question about why the Arkham Knight is called the Arkham Knight. And while it is a silly question that sounds harmless, it basically was the first step to the unhinged insanity within the community. It then got worse when someone posted about Arkham being in complete chaos, and then someone saying, why didn't Batman call the Justice League? Is he stupid? That all changed though when the game Kill the Justice League confirmed that the Justice League wasn't formed until after Arkham Knight. So to commemorate, they made this post. Why didn't the Justice League exist yet? Are they stupid? Nice. But yeah, these are some special fandoms who found ways to cope with different types of losses. One fandom hasn't had a good game in almost 10 years, and one fandom can't seem to find a crumb of happiness. It's crazy how this all started for the JJK fandom when Viz mistranslated chapter 221, specifically the Nah I'd Win panel, which is the one everyone got the most mad at. People were livid with the mistranslation because they wanted it to match when Gojo said it back in the earlier chapters. But it was either I will win or just flat out no. Honestly, I thought the shit was kind of hilarious. Just flat out saying nope. I love the confidence. But of course, Viz got bullied to hell and were forced to change it to Nah I'd Win. Alright, all done talking about Jujutsu Kaisen memes again. I wanted to make a sequel to the last Lobotomy Kaisen video I made because these memes that are popping up are all funny as hell, and I'm enjoying the ride before the series comes to an end. Or maybe it won't end. Maybe the publishers at Shonen Jump force him to write 200 more chapters to keep that manga money coming in. Be cool too, because we can get more memes.
Yuji!
By the way, thank you all for 10,000 subscribers. I'm happy to be here, and I'm glad you all are enjoying these dumb, overly scripted shitposts because they're really fun to make. And I can't wait to post more videos this year because I'm going to be expanding my content a lot more. I won't only be posting just One Piece and Jujutsu Kaisen stuff, even though they are really fun to make. Alright, bye everyone. I'll see you in the next video.